Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing out there? Welcome back to the Tom Gronkowski Show. This is Ruth the Truth. This show is brought to you by Fans Only Sports Network. If you could do us a favor, hit that share button down below. Make sure other people are getting this great Tampa Bay Bucks content. I'm Ruth the Truth, as I said, and I'm here in Tampa, Florida, just a couple blocks away from the stadium. And I was live this weekend at week 7 against the Chicago Bears. So I'll definitely be giving you some inside scoop on what I saw at the Raymond James Stadium this past weekend. We're also going to discuss the big game that is coming up this coming weekend. On Halloween afternoon, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be facing their division rivals, the New Orleans Saints, at Caesars Superdome, and I am so blessed and honored to be able to be in the building. As you know, it is Halloween, so I will be dressed as a pirate, because what other costume would be feasible for the occasion? So super excited to go back to New Orleans. This will be my second time in New Orleans for Halloween, my third overall. New Orleans is a beautiful, beautiful city, and I'm just excited to get back there. But I've had a great week. I hope everybody else has had a great week. I got to enjoy Reggae Rise Up at St. Pete Beach this past weekend. So much fun, a lot of entertainment. Collie Buds had a great show, as well as Slightly Stupid, Hyrie. There was a lot of great performers this past weekend, and all the vendors that came out to provide food with those amazing food trucks. I've never spent so much money in my life on food, but let me tell you, every penny was worth it. I shout out to the Show food truck at the St. Pete venue. They did an amazing job, and the food was absolutely phenomenal. I have a friend that's calling in right now. She wants to say hi to everybody that's live. Go down, say hi to the audience.
Hi guys, how are you?
She is live from, I think, Armature Works. She's here in Tampa as well, enjoying the fall festival. Baby girl, I'm gonna give you a call back after the show.
All right.
Take care now. Bye. I'm a pretty popular gal. What can I say? But without further ado, let me get Coach Jay in here, because we got a lot to uncover. Coach Jay, I apologize that your Bears lost that bad. We kind of anticipated that it was going to be a win for the Bucks. We anticipated it being a 6-1, but 3 points. 3 points on I guess you could say, a dismantled defense right now, especially in that secondary. But we had some players that stepped up big. But first and foremost, how are you doing? How are you feeling? And how was your weekend? And let me know where you got that hat.
I'm doing good. I don't know. I feel like Rose. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I've been on the road, so I feel good. I'm just trying to get better and better, and I just want to be successful.
I love that song. That's such a catchy song. Haven't heard it in a while, so thank you for bringing me down memory lane.
No problem.
Where were you this Sunday as you got to watch your Chicago Bears take on Tom Brady and the Buccaneers? Where were you watching the game?
I land in the bed in my room talking to TT. I was like, TT, you watching the Bears? And she like, I ain't watching that garbage. The Bears suck. We all from Chicago. We know they suck.
TT, keeping it real, TT.
TT, keep it real. She don't care if it hurts your feelings or not. She telling you the truth.
Yeah.
And that's how it was. The Bears.
The truth.
That's right. The Bears, man. I already knew they gonna get killed.
And if we have any Bears fans that are tuning into the show, we are not going to go too deep in detail. Everybody already saw what happened on Sunday, so we're not trying to hurt your feelings, but we would appreciate you jumping in the comments and kind of fighting for your team, because we would love to see or hear any rebuttals that you may have. But continue, Coach Jay.
How can you fight for them? Honestly, I'm from Chicago, born and raised. South Side, Chirac till I die. South Side, Chirac till I die. I'm born and raised there, and I'm telling you the truth about the Bears. The reason why the Bears suck is because they don't want to spend money, and when they do spend money, they spend it the wrong way. Hear me out, Bears fans, like loyal, diehard Bear fans. Tell me if I'm lying. My barber, Mr. O, we was talking about this today. He hooked me up too. Shout out to Bad Boys for Life movie, Armando. Yeah.
Shout out to the haircut for sure.
He said it himself. When I was saying that we sitting there in the barbershop today, he said, you're right, coach. The Bears don't want to spend money. And when they do, they spend it the wrong way. How you going to spend $80 million on Cutler? I'm still mad about it. The Bears always supposed to have been defense, put all the money into the defense, and then we have an okay offense. But now the Bears, they have no defense, no offense. Ha! We don't even have a special teams because we got rid of gold. I don't understand. They're just running around like chickens with our head cut off, or bears with our heads cut off, I should say. So I'm just being honest. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. You think I like saying this? No. I want to be able to talk trash to people so I can say we're back, just like the Bulls. Bulls are 4-0 right now.
The Bulls are 4-0, and I'm telling you, those off-season moves with adding LaMelo Ball, with getting DeMar DeRozan, we're grabbing Alex Caruso, like
they spent
genius.
Money.
And then adding that,
money.
like I love Zach LaVine, and when I got to watch him live when he played the Orlando Magic back in 2019, the kid's phenomenal. He's got talent. He's a shooter. He's aggressive. He knows how to play defense. He can get back on the ball. Like, outstanding player, but he had no help. So I think it's amazing what Chicago is doing right now, and they're my team that is going to maybe make it into the playoffs if they can stay healthy. Because, I mean, when you add Alex Caruso, who just came off of a championship-winning team, all he knows is how to win, and that's the mentality that he's going to bring. And adding LaMelo Ball, DeMar DeRozan, it's game over. Shout out to Best Buy today. I just purchased a new TV for my office. So right now I'm watching the Atlanta Hawks and New England Pelicans game. So I'll be giving you guys score updates. Right now it's 6 and 30 seconds in the fourth quarter. The score is 87-89. Pelicans are up.
You inspire me. I've been watching basketball because football, no football to watch. So I watch basketball. I know some players and all that. I know how to play the game too. A lot of people think I know how to play. I used to play when I was little, and my family, when I switched over and just kept playing football, they got mad. Like real stuff. The reason why I ever picked up a football was because a former Jacksonville and a former New Orleans Saint, Danny Clark, that used to live across the street from me in Chicago. He the one that got me started playing football. Yeah. I used to be in the backyard and outside on the court all the time, shooting threes, talking about Reggie Miller and Michael Jordan. So a lot of people don't know that. I used to do that. Now, recently, and you can ask kids that I've coached, they'll tell you. Coach Jay will sit there and talk trash all day. I don't play basketball. I don't do that. If we play, I get into it and I start, come on.
So, as everyone does know, basketball is my first love, but the first time I ever played with a sports, affiliated, like, I guess you could say equipment, it was a football. Football was the first thing I've ever threw. That was before I threw a softball. That was before, I was shooting threes. It was before everything. So football was the main thing in my life because my dad was just so obsessed with the Dallas Cowboys in the early 90s. That's what I grew up playing. But as soon as I hit like a growth spurt when I was 8 years old, and I was like 4'10" at 8 years old, like I knew that basketball was my calling, and I really enjoyed. But I mean, at the end of the day, I play all sports and I'm pretty good at everything, but I would probably say that basketball is like my number one.
I could play other sports. Like if y'all want to play hockey anytime, let me know. I'm there. My puck handling skills is there. I do knuckle puck, all that. Because I played when I was little. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. And when I played floor hockey, when we used to be in elementary and all that, people be like, how do you know how to puck handle? A couple years ago, we was doing it because they was in gym class and they wasn't doing it. Like, I don't think high schools have gym classes no more, really, real gym classes. They just let them sit around. They just let them sit around and it's like a free period. They sit around and be on their phones and just chill. I'm like, what? So I was bored one time and I pulled out. I was like, y'all got equipment in here? They were like, yeah. I saw the floor hockey stuff. I pulled it out. I said, let's play. They had fun. They like, dang, coach, how you know how to puck handle? Yeah, I used to play hockey. In
the good old days.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah, I played street hockey, but I never got into like getting on the ice and playing. I definitely played street hockey because I was a rollerblader growing up. I still have rollerblades in my trunk. Believe it or not, it's true.
Yeah.
Rollerblading is just my thing. But let's circle back to the Chicago Bears and Tampa Bay Bucks game. What was the ending score? Do you remember, Coach?
38-3.
So my question to you is, how does such a beat up defense contain the Chicago Bears offense to only scoring 3 points? How did they accomplish that?
Because it's the Bears. Like my boy Rojo, he got some yards and didn't fumble the ball. Am I excited? Yeah. Do it mean anything? No. It's the Bears. You're supposed to. It's like back in the days playing against Southport Cardinals. You're supposed to do that to them.
Right.
That's what you do.
So the Bears don't have that good of a record. If I'm not mistaken, they've only won, was it one? Oh, they're 3-4 right now. So they've won 3 games. Do you think their record really reflects the actual team? And I mean, Justin Fields as well, because Justin Fields had a pretty rough game. I mean, that front seven definitely had the pressure on the quarterback, and I mean, he was getting sacked a few times. His offensive line just was not there. So is the Chicago Bears 3-4 record? Does that reflect the actual team?
No, because the way that they played, they look like they only won if that one game. They suck. Like when I watch offense. All right, first of all, when you coach a certain spot or you played a certain position, those are the positions that you really watch, because coming up, when you're watching film, you have to watch those positions because you got to see what you got to do and all that. So everybody knows that when I'm watching games, I mostly watch up front. I don't start watching the backfield till maybe the pass is thrown and they move the camera. That's it. I watch offense and defensive line. Watching the Bears offensive line makes me cringe. It makes me cringe. As an offensive line coach, it makes me cringe. Watching their defensive line, it makes me cringe too, because they better than the offensive line, but they still not good enough for me.
Yeah.
Watching that stuff just makes me cringe. The offensive line for the Chicago Bears has been a problem and has been an ongoing trash that needs to be picked up immediately for years back then and now. Yeah. Call me. I'll move back up to the cold if y'all call me. I'll help y'all.
Would you really? Come on now. Spending years in Florida, would you really go back to the cold?
If the Bears called me right now and said, Coach Jay, we watched the show. We want you to come coach our offensive line for the Chicago Bears. I'm going to laugh at first because I'm going to be like, y'all playing. And they start showing me the paperwork and all that. I'll be there tomorrow. And then I'm going to ask them, hold up, one other thing. Do you guys got a bio life that's there? Because I'm not leaving what I do. I need to be able to still have that. Now, but if they say come on and they got the paper, I'm there. I'll be back. I'm just gonna do it for however long they want me to do, and they're gonna keep paying me this paper. Now I'm gonna get back to Florida.
Yeah, so you could be like a snowbird where you go up there for the season, you're there for training camp, but in the off season, I mean, depending if you guys make it to the playoffs or not, it's probably gonna be a pretty long off season.
We're making the playoffs. If I go coach a team, we making the playoffs. You take care of business at the beginning of the season, so that way toward the end you don't have to worry about anything. You can play around, is what I call it. We're making the playoffs. Now, I hope that if they call me, then the Dolphins and them give me a call next and be like, come help us.
And he's I'm going back down to the South.
I'm going to the South, and I ain't moving nowhere else.
Right. I'm glad that you brought up Miami, because we can go ahead and segue into this Tua Tagovailoa and his feelings on not even knowing the date of the trade deadline because he's not paying attention to all the rumors circulating about Brian Flores being involved in trade talk with the Houston Texans to receive and obtain Deshaun Watson. Now, there's been a lot of talk behind Deshaun Watson, and none of it has been about football. Now, he has 22 sexual assault allegations for sexual misconduct against him, and Miami wants to make a move for him? I'm not really understanding. Can you try to explain this to me, Coach, what they're thinking?
They just thinking about trying to win, honestly, because that's the only way. If I'm getting ready, if I'm in that front office and I'm getting ready to pick a player, I need to know everything about you. See, I'm gonna give y'all some insight. I'm gonna tell y'all some secrets behind closed doors about.
First, we have to say hi to Sade. What's up, Sade?
What's up, Sade? But I gotta tell y'all.
When I say her name, I feel like I'm saying like Sade, like what up, Sade? But it's Sade.
I ain't rich, Sade, but I spend a little bit, Sade. No, which
God bless you, girl. Thank you so much for tuning into the show. You are always a loyal fan. We appreciate you.
When we make it big, we're gonna make sure that you invited to all the special events.
Absolutely, red carpet events only.
Yeah, what you call it? But me personally, I'm gonna tell y'all an insight about like when you're coaching and you behind closed doors. I'm gonna give y'all. Love you too.
Right? Love you too, girl.
When you all right, when a kid is about, a lot of kids pay attention because this is real. When college coaches get ready to recruit you, they don't just ask your high school coaches how you do in high school and classes and all that. I'm gonna give you an insight. They go back all the way to elementary, and they ask you stuff like, so what kind of crowd does he hang around? How does he treat his mama? Of course, VIP. You already know.
You're the most valuable person, girl. You already know.
Yeah. They ask things like how he is with his mama. Because if you treat your mama a certain way, and especially if it's not good, then we don't want you on the team. Because if you ain't got no respect for your mama, you ain't got no respect for nobody.
But you know what? That's like a life lesson. Because I also look at that when it comes to dating. Like, because, being single for 4 years, that's like you get very picky of, you know what you want to stick with it. And having a good a respectable relationship between mother and son is very, very important because, I mean, if you don't talk to your mom, if you're so quick to cut your mom off, then how is that going to reflect if we start having issues, So that's something I always look at. But continue, Coach. Don't mean to interrupt you.
No, that was actually a good point. I need to listen to that. I need to call my mama.
Call your mama. Right after the show, you're calling your mama.
I need to call my mom. But what you call it? But yeah, they ask questions about like who you hang out with, what company you keep around, how you treat your mom, how was you in elementary. They want to know that stuff before they come and recruit you. So that way they ain't wasting no time. Because kids, when the person comes from college and recruits you, they don't want to waste money. They're giving you a scholarship. That is money. They want to make sure that they get all their money's worth. So NFL wise, they come. Steve Mariucci, he does it too. He used to. He asks everything all the way back to elementary. We want to know. So me personally, with the Miami situation, they just thinking about winning. Because me, if I'm in the office and the coach was like, hey, we're going to get this guy and they talking about some sexual allegations. See, now I'm thinking that you're going to be interrupting my time now. Like I tell kids, hurry up, do what you got to do throughout the school day so we can get to the real reason why we here. All you got to do is do the work that they tell you to do what they tell you to do in them classes so we can get to why we really woke up this morning and came to the building. When you are interrupting my part now, we have a problem. If I am in that office and they talking about, oh, well, Deshaun just got like allegations about like this, and this. What? How many? You said allegations with plural. How many? 20. No. Don't bring him. No.
22 legal allegation against Deshaun Watson. No. I really believe that it is it's unclear how the situation is going to unravel. The NFL is still unsure of what's going on with the investigation because not only is the NFL doing their own investigation, but I mean, there's police, there's legal people that are doing an investigation in this. So there's a lot of variables that are going to come into this situation, but it's not looking good. I mean, 10 plus women. Do you think they're all lying? Like I understand maybe one or two could have fabricated a story. Like you said before, stars get targeted because they have money. Deshaun Watson got that big 4-year contract with the Houston Texans. Then it seemed like he started having issues after that. But aside of these allegations, I mean, we had Deshaun Watson trying to force the Houston Texan organization to trade him. He was already saying, like, I'm not going to play for you. I'm not suiting up. I'm not coming to training camp. I'm not participating. And this all started even before these allegations surfaced. So,
maybe it doesn't. Maybe he's trying to run. He's trying to get out of there. See?
Maybe.
Yo, I would love to sit down with NFL players, but they hate me. I'll be like, you was trying to run. Why you want to hurry up and leave? And all of a sudden, then this stuff come out. You gave you the money. And all of a sudden you want to leave and then this stuff come out. You
all crying during the press conference. Oh, I'm so honored. I'm so happy. Blah, blah, blah. Crocodile tears. Like straight up crocodile tears. Because it seemed like months later and the press conference was actually after DeAndre Hopkins got traded to the Cardinals. So he even signed that 4-year extension knowing that DeAndre Hopkins was not going to be his main weapon. So I don't know. There's a lot unfolding in that situation. I'm disappointed because I loved Deshaun Watson. I loved
He messed
with a D
up.
at the end. Not
He
anymore. I loved him when he played for Clemson. Him and Dabo Sweeney had some magic going on in Clemson. I got to see him win a championship over Alabama here in Tampa at the Raymond James Stadium. This was probably like 2016. It was quite some time ago, but just I'm not a fan of all these allegations and what's been surfacing. And I mean, I was even upset about him trying to force his way out of Houston. I'm like, I understand, but I mean, I just think you're going about it all the wrong way. And I mean, it seemed like karma came around to get him. So do you think that if Deshaun Watson gets traded to Miami, that he's going to be the difference maker and the Dolphins are going to start winning games?
No, because you already got a problem over in Houston, Texas. Miami, come on now. I'm going. Come on now. It's Miami. Welcome to Miami. Yummy. Don't stop. Come on now. At Uncle Luke Town. That's where usually people lose their head. You can't. No. Next they'll be talking about, oh, I'm going to Las Vegas to play for the Raiders. No, sir. I need you to be somewhere in the country. Go to Indianapolis or something like that. Go to a dry state or something. I don't need to give you no more luxury stuff to happen. No, because then if you got 22 in Texas, you probably going to have 52 in Miami. And that's another thing you players need to understand. I'm going to tell you why women like me, because I think about being successful way more. That's why. And they like that. I don't be thinking about them. Now, in my head, yeah. But overall, I think about being successful. That's all I want to be, successful, because I can chill with women as celebration after I've been successful.
Absolutely.
You guys, you go crazy and you act. That's why women call y'all thirsty, because you show them that you are thirsty. If you act like you already hydrated, then you won't have to worry about nothing. Ain't nobody gonna sit there and call you out and say you did this, and this. No, because they was too busy trying to get your attention, and you wasn't giving them the attention because you was too busy focused on being successful. You over here, we were talking about allegations, and we need to be talking about you winning games, because it ain't like you was winning no games anyway before this allegation. You won some games, a couple, but you ain't got
I think 4.
That's it.
If I'm not mistaken, I think that if somebody can correct me in the comments, if you know, but as far as I know, I think they only won 4 games last season.
That's right. That's it. Like I tell kids that be talking about, that be trying to talk, how you lose a game and then after the game, you trying to talk to a girl. So wait a minute. And I say it in front of them. I'll be like, so you just got killed by 50 and you going to try and talk to a girl? And if the girl talk to you, she a loser too. What? I
mean, maybe he's just looking for a shoulder to cry on.
Hey, call a family member.
Yeah.
I call a family member and cry. I can't believe I did this, Rio. I can't believe it.
All right, we're gonna take some time to circle back to the Week 7 game against the Chicago Bears. Richard Sherman did a fantastic job, but not as a player. Richard Sherman was assisting the cornerbacks coach because defensive back coach Kevin Ross and offensive assistant AQ Shipley missed Sunday's game after testing positive for COVID. So Richard Sherman was on the sidelines helping the coaches, helping the coaching staff kind of navigate the defense during the Chicago game. And I mean, it looked like it worked. I mean, we had Justin Fields turning the ball over left and right. He threw 3 interceptions, 1 to Jordan Whitehead, the safety, 1 to D. Delaney, and 1 to Pierre Desir as well, which is a new name that has been coming up on the roster. Yeah, a lot of fumbles, a lot of miscommunication for Chicago's offense, and the defense for the Buccaneers definitely capitalized. So does Richard Sherman has a future as an NFL coach, do you think? Yeah,
he knows his stuff. A lot of people don't know Richard Sherman. They think because he's from Compton that he's just a bad guy or something like that. I'm gonna enlighten y'all. That man had a 4-point something GPA. He was not allowed to hang out with Compton people like that. His mom would not let him, and all the people that knew his mom would not let him. Like
he's from Compton, California. He is 6'3". He was drafted in 2011 by the Seahawks, and he went to Stanford.
That is
smart
a very
guy.
high intelligent school. The man is not dumb at all.
Very
He has
intellectual.
sense. He has sense. And with that, now I know what y'all thinking. Well, he was in the news too. It happens. If y'all ever hear about Coach J going off on some, hey, I had a bad day. Okay? I had a bad day. So it happened. You ain't heard nothing else. He fixed it. It's patched up. But overall, that man is a very smart man. So I think that he has a lot of he has so much knowledge, and I can see him coaching, probably doing what Phillip Rivers did, go back to a high school or something, possibly coach a college. Yeah, I can see him coaching NFL because not only is he a smart man, but he also is a Super Bowl champion and a returning Super Bowl athlete.
Absolutely.
I ain't gonna talk about the second Super Bowl. I don't want to say nothing because it's just gonna make me mad.
Oh man,
still irks me.
We've discussed that a few times in the show, and it's almost still really unbelievable. Like that something like that went down. We're talking about the Super Bowl loss when Seattle went back to back and lost to the Patriots and Tom Brady in the last few seconds of the fourth quarter when they had the game in their hands. Just
you run the ball. You run the ball. Ray Charles would be able to call that play.
Yes, definitely questionable call by offensive coordinator and Pete Carroll for the Seattle Seahawks. But that is over and done with. That was back in 2014. I'm sure they're still trying. They haven't been back to the Super Bowl since. So I think, Pete Carroll's been struggling. And on the Monday night game this past week, we had the Seattle Seahawks hosting the New Orleans Saints and Jameis Winston. Did you get an opportunity to watch that game on Monday Night Football?
I saw highlights because I was working. Like I was supposed to be off at 7:30, but they keep you way longer than that, and I won't be arguing with that paper. I'll be like, all right, I'll catch it later on.
No argument needed.
But the stuff that I saw, man, I told you I don't trust Jameis Winston. I don't trust. He's boneheaded. He's boneheaded. I don't trust him.
Yeah, and during the Monday Night Football game, he played okay. It wasn't like, he definitely didn't turn the ball over. This is his fourth start as a New Orleans Saints that he did not turn the ball over, and they defeated the Seattle Seahawks in Monday Night Football. It was a low-scoring game, 10-13. They won with a last-minute kick. But, Seattle is not Seattle without Russell Wilson, who has been out with that broken middle finger. And it's definitely, Geno Smith obviously has been a starter in the NFL, but he's just not Russell. So the Seattle Seahawks are not the same without Wilson. And Pete Carroll had a lot to say about that in the press conference following Monday Night Football. But let's circle back to our Chicago Bears game, 38-3. Mike Evans caught 3 touchdown passes by Tom Brady during that matchup on a lovely Sunday afternoon. It had rained a little bit before the game, but the rain subsided when the first quarter kicked off. But what is your perspective on that football that Mike Evans decided to hand off to a fan in the stands, and then they had to ask for it back because he wasn't aware that football was the 600th touchdown pass by Tom Brady, who now holds the record of having the most touchdown passes in an NFL career.
How much do you really want this ball?
That would have been my following question. Yeah. So shout out to Mr. Kennedy, who was loyal enough to hand that ball over quite easily. And would you have given it back, Coach?
I might, but like I said, as soon as they be like, "Hey, sir, we need to talk about what? About that ball you had." What do you mean? Well, we want to know. What do we got to do to get it back? Come on, step into my office. Let's talk. How much do you want it back?
How badly do you need this ball back is what I would have asked. Because to be honest with you, if I would have got handed that football, I probably would have left. I probably would have put that football under my shirt as they're making the announcement that this is the 600th touchdown pass by Tom Brady. I would have been out of there.
And been on Snapchat.
But then again, it would have been really hard to prove that ball was that ball, unless you had it on film, which I'm sure that is possible for you to get that on film of Mike Evans handing you that ball. But yeah, 600th touchdown pass. Congratulations to Tom Brady. And the Mr. Kennedy received some gifts for being a true, being a team player by returning the ball for Tom Brady. He received a signed helmet, a signed jersey by Tom Brady. He got a signed jersey from of Mike Evans, as well as the game day cleats that he played with that same night.
Okay.
Tom Brady rewarded Mr. Kennedy with a Bitcoin that is worth 63 grand. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers gave season passes to Mr. Kennedy for the remainder of this season. And from what I heard, possibly next season as well.
Okay.
Do you think it's worth it now?
I'll take the tickets. I'll take the Bitcoin for the 60,000. Then I'll be like, no, check this out. How much is this ball worth? How much did you tell me that ball was worth?
Over $500,000.
I want $1 million for it right now, and you can have it. And
Brady could have paid it. Brady could have paid it. He would have had no problem. I mean,
like, hey, you ain't got to give me no season tickets. I got the money to buy it. Don't worry.
I got the money to get put back into the team. But yeah, just at the end of the day, good karma is going to come for this guy, and I hope the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady continue to shower Mr. Kennedy with gifts, because if it would have been me, I would have been out of there. I would have hightailed it out of there so quick before they realized that Mike Evans passed up that ball. And let me tell you, the expression on his face when they zoomed in on the sidelines when somebody told him, like, hey, you just gave away the 600th football that Tom Brady has passed into the end zone. His face was just like astonished. He was like, I cannot believe that this just happened. So very, very lucky that, I mean, I feel like Tom should have asked for the ball back himself. I feel like that would have been more enticing. And maybe they wouldn't have had to give the man so much if Brady would have spoke. Because I mean, I know how it is to talk to Brady. Trust me, I've been there. And as soon as a guy makes eye contact with you, you lose all grip of reality. So I'm pretty sure Tom Brady could convince anybody to do anything. So he would have handed that ball over with no problem.
Tom, give me $1 million right now, and we call it even.
Be like, this ball? You want this ball?
This ball. You want this ball, Tom? I got it fair and square. I didn't steal it. So
Somebody handed it to me.
He handed it to me. It's mine. Give me $1 million. $100 million. No, just give me one, and I'll be cool. You can have the ball. Y'all ain't got to give me no season tickets, nothing like that. Just give me the ball. I mean, just give me the money. You can have this ball back. I don't want nothing else. Just give me the $1 million. And then I'd have been doing the podcast in my glass house.
In my glass house.
In my glass house. With my shirt saying thank you.
If you're gonna have a glass house, you gotta live somewhere super secluded where you don't have neighbors spying on you. But even though those glass houses, I need curtains everywhere, because I hate the feeling of it being dark outside and you're not sure if somebody's watching you. It's really uneasy for me. Really uneasy.
Somebody watching that Chicago side gonna come out then. We gonna know. We gonna know because we
South side.
That's right. We got cameras. Wentworth Garden. We got cameras everywhere. No, but you got to get them Tony Stark curtains, the ones that.
Right. And as we're on the topic of the 600th football that was given back, do you find it a big deal that Tony Romo is starting to get some backlash over some commentary that he had on NBC that night when he spoke about Giselle, being offered as tribute to get the ball back? He was like, oh, a date with Giselle? Yeah, sure. I'll take a date with Giselle. He's starting to receive a little backlash on social media for those comments. Do you find that a big deal? Because, Tony Romo can do no wrong in my eyes. A Dallas Cowboys fan. This ball that I have right here is signed by Tony Romo, so he could literally do no wrong.
What about fumbling the ball at the kick?
Oh my God. Yo, Martin Gramatica and I had so many discussions about that play, because for the longest time, I had no idea it was Martin Gramatica that went to kick that ball. And
the Cowboys?
And yeah, he played for the Cowboys for half a season. See, I didn't know that either. I'm glad I'm not the only one because I'm working alongside Martin Gramatica for months and months and months. And then I bring up that play. I think it was against Seattle. I bring up that play against Seattle, and he was like, "Yeah, the idiot dropped the ball," and it sounded really personal the way that he said that. And I was like, "Wait, what?" And he was like, "That was me." And I was like, "Whoa, what?" And he was like, "Yes, he fumbled." He was supposed to be my placeholder, and he fumbled the ball. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. I had no idea. What a small world. But now I understood why he had a little bit of dislike when it came to Robo.
God's plan.
I know, right? Crazy how things work.
Ain't he the same guy that was celebrating and hurt himself too when
that was his brother? That was his brother. Okay. Yes. Right. I tried to spin that joke on him, and it backfired on me on live TV. He was like, "That wasn't me. That was my brother, but nice try." I was like, man, that's the only comeback that I had.
No, that's crazy though. I did not know that was him. Yeah, but I don't think nobody should be getting mad at Tony Romo. He just playing. He commentate.
I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, if they get mad at him, I know they hate Stephen A. Smith then. Because that man say
a lot of people do, and I don't understand why.
Stephen A. He tells the truth. I want to be sitting across from him one day, and we want to go at it.
And I totally praised him for that episode of First Take last week when he had Monica McNutt on the show, and he was giving her praise after praise. Like, this girl knows what she's talking about. So it's really inspiring. I actually had a dream like 2 years ago. I had a dream that I met Stephen A. Smith at Logan Airport in Boston. And he asked me to be like his protege. He asked me to be like his not a secretary, but somebody to like be his assistant to like learn from him. And I was like, absolutely, I'm so honored. And then I woke up and I was back in hell. Just kidding.
I want to be sitting next to Stephen A. What's the other guy that be with him? Shannon Sharp that be with Skip.
Sharp, yeah.
I want to be.
Skip I'm not a huge fan of Skip Bayless.
Here's the thing.
He had a lot to say about comments that Tom Brady had made on Monday Night Football. I'm going to show you guys this short video. Please tune in. Thank you again for watching the Tom Gronkowski Show, brought to you by Fans Only Sports Network. Appreciate you being here. Please hit that share button down below, retweet, do whatever you got to do, and subscribe to us on YouTube on Fans Only Sports Network. We really, really appreciate you. But I want to know, people are blowing up the comments. I appreciate it today. I interview Monica. Yes, you did on the N-Hour Sports Show. Congratulations on that, Nathine. Right. It's so glad to have you in the comments. Appreciate you being here, bud. Let's go Dallas Cowboys. But I'm gonna show this quick video. It's about 19 seconds long about the Monday Night Football comments that Tom Brady as he joined the Manning's brothers. And Coach, I really want to know what you got to say about this. Here we go.
Meeting rooms. I mean, you wonder why they play defense, and after about 2 minutes, you go, "Yep, they can never be an offensive player." So. You know, defense is kind of like a dog chasing a car. You know, just get the guy with the ball. So, you know, obviously we had a lot of great defensive players.
I'm sure Antoine.
Oh my goodness. He said playing defense or defensive players are like dogs chasing cars. But then he tried to turn it around and be like, but we have obviously some great players playing on defense. Coach Jay, he received a lot of backlash for these comments. Skip Bayless talked about it on his broadcast on Undisputed with Shannon Sharp. But I want to know, what do you think, Brady? Do you think he meant to be like a jerk when he said that? Or was he trying to be funny? Like, what? Give me your intake.
He was feeling himself a little bit too much on that because as a defensive guy, first of all, my defense don't chase nobody because I don't chase nobody. We keep everything in front of us and we're going to hit you. If you he must be talking about the guys he and beat and they've been chasing Grunk and all them because we don't chase nobody. I ain't chasing you. If you run toss or anything in front of us, we keeping everything in front of us. We making you run sideline to sideline. I don't chase nobody. Now, are we dogs? Yeah, we dogs because you can't be an offensive player because when we a dog and we on defense, we ain't got to do that much thinking. We just react. All the smart players are on offense. That's what I've been told since I was a little kid. All the smarter players are on offense because they got to do the most technical stuff and they got to actually read and do all this. On defense, we just some straight dogs and some go-getters. Our job is to kill people. That's period.
Yeah, but I also think these defensive players, especially at the NFL level, they do a lot of research and studying on their own because they want to know the formations that the offenses that they're going against. They want to know the formations. They want to know the play action plays. They want to know the pass rush. They want to know what's ahead of them. So when they get the ball snap, they can react faster by being a step ahead of these offenses. So Tom.
Lost his mind.
I love you, Tom.
Don't do that.
But that was mean.
Don't do that.
That was kind of mean. Dogs chasing cars. First of all, my dog doesn't even chase cars. I've never seen my dog chase a car in his life. He's never even chasing somebody. He's never chased anybody even on a bike. So
that's 80s. Bite the
that's old school. Like, I don't know, he's 44 years old, so maybe it's a throwback for him. But Tom, I think you have some apologizing to do.
Or just explain.
Especially to your team, because I mean, defense is what won you that Super Bowl at the end of the day. It's what really contained Kansas City. So you really can't call them dogs.
Now, them dudes do be chasing a lot. They chase a lot. Especially them defensive backs. They do a lot of chasing.
Oh, come on, Coach Jay. We saw this week our defensive backs stepped up. D. Delaney had a pretty good game. Ross Crockwell had a great game as well.
It's the Bears.
Jordan Whitehead, I'm sorry.
It's the Bears. I need to see it against somebody for real. My grandmother could beat the Bears. Come on now.
Okay, all right. If you want to talk about a team for real,
okay.
Let's see what is our next. Obviously, we have the New Orleans Saints game coming up this weekend on Halloween at Caesars Superdome. I am super, super excited to be going to this game. I wish I wasn't going by myself, but you know what they say. If you wait around for your friends to come on vacations with you, you'll never go on vacation. So, well, buy your ticket then.
Man, you should have called me. I can't do that. You got to tell me that. I have to put days in, 30 days in advance.
Yeah.
And I still have some days that I can use.
Lucky for me, I have a kind of job where it's focused around sports. And if there's a game, they're going to be like, go to the game. That's what you're supposed to do. We need you to write and talk about sports. So we need you at the game. So very, very blessed for the opportunity. But yes, I will be at this. But okay, so we got the New Orleans Saints coming up. Then we have our bye week right after, which is kind of similar to the fashion of last season. Because if I'm not mistaken, when we played the New Orleans Saints at home last season, we had our bye week following. I'm pretty sure, but I could be wrong.
Yep, no, it was right.
After our bye week, we have the Washington football team in Washington.
Trash.
Then we host the New York Giants. Oh, and this New York Giants game is a Monday night game, and I'll be hosting a tailgate with Martin Gramatica and Al Keck for NSPN on 102 The Bone Monday afternoon from 5 to 8 before game kickoff. So hope everybody can come out to the stadium because I'll be out there. We'll have music, food, booze, all that in the third. After the Giants game, they faced the Indianapolis Colts in Indianapolis. Oh, yeah, that was your invitation as well. We faced the Indianapolis Colts in Indianapolis, who I guess have been on the better sides of things with T.Y. Hilton returning, with Carson Wentz kind of getting his feet underneath him. Looking a little better out there for the Colts. But if I'm not mistaken, the Colts are still 3-4 and second in the AFC South. After that, we have the Falcons. And then the Bills.
Okay.
So would you say that the only real competition the Bucs are going to have is probably not going to be until December 12th when they play the Bills?
Until December. Well, the Colts. I can't say that because the Colts
in Indianapolis. Frank Wright, Carson Wentz, T.Y. Hilton.
The Colts, that 3-4 does not reflect them because they had to get things going. The Colts are always around, even on their worst day, they still around. So I'm gonna say our pre-test is the Colts. Now, a real final test is going to be the Buffalo Bills. It's gonna be the Bills because the Bills is coming equipped and ready to roll.
Absolutely.
Yes. And around that time, that's when I need to see defensive backs start kicking it into gear like they did last year. Because if they sit around there and let this stuff just happen and start chasing like dogs, then they're going to see their Super Bowl dreams be chased away. And I want to be able to have me another shirt and talk trash to people up north.
Yeah, 2002 and 2020.
So I need to come on. Oh, I'm gonna tell you how I got this shirt. I wanted playing pool.
All right. Well, I would love to hear the story, but we're going to take a really quick commercial break. And so hold that thought so we can talk about that. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on the Tom Gronkowski Show. We appreciate you being here. This is a show where we talk about Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski and their move from the Beantown to the Bay, brought to you by Fans Only Sports Network. We appreciate you being here. And this is a quick commercial from Odyssey Group.
Pharmaceutical company Prevacus says their new concussion medication Prevacol helps repair nerves and promote cell growth.
We can get the drug in the brain in less than 5 minutes. And our plan is when we get that diagnosis on the field of play, give the drug nasally, get it in the brain quickly. When it gets in the brain, it actually gets into the nucleus of your brain cells, and it reduces swelling, inflammation, and oxidative stress at the same time.
When Jake and I first talked about this many years ago, one of my first questions was, will this help me? And he goes, no, this is for treatment immediately when a concussion or you think a concussion has occurred.
Yeah.
The acute problems that exist later on in life, if we can take care of these at an early age and start getting some of these things to our children and grandchildren, and I think we can make this game, our game, football, a safer place.
And so the whole goal is we're trying to make the game safer. And so Odyssey and this drug, we believe, can be a game changer in so many different ways. Yes, on the football field, in the game of football, because that's where my passion lies, but also in the game of life.
Shout out to the Odyssey Group and the research and things that they're doing with the new medication called Prednisol that is going to be helping our NFL players avoid having long-term effects from concussions that they face during their playing career. I think that's really, really important, and shout out to Odyssey Group for putting in the work. Coach Jay, before you tell us, well, first of all, how did you win that stuff playing pool? Because we had a discussion about playing pool a couple weeks ago, and you told me you were sorry. So how did you win so many, bucks a year from playing pool?
Because I've been happy lately. Too much. I've been making people mad. They be like, man, he too happy. I've been happy since the end of July. And I just been riding through the adrenaline. I told you, Rose.
As soon as you stop being a roofer, I completely saw your attitude change. And it's been amazing. So I'm glad you're not getting that much sun. You have an AC job now. You're in scrubs. You're doing it big now. I'm super proud of you, big man.
I've been happy. So I come in. My boy, he talking about they had a Halloween party. Well, it was a Halloween party with a costume contest and all that. We come through. I'm drinking Shock Top. That's my beer. In case people need to know that. Shock Top. I love it.
Women drink Shock Top.
Coach Jay and women drink Shock Top. What you call it? Because that's my beer. I drink that. I'm playing pool. I'm feeling myself. I'm in there dancing and all that. When you're popping, every time you move, you got to move with a rocket. I'm in there just going. I'm in there, bow, bow. And the dude that I was beating, this dude has beaten me in that 7-game series I told you. So I come in there, boom, boom, boom. And since I've been playing so much with this little 25-year-old chick that I've been chilling with, I've been chilling with her. So we've been practicing. That's my partner. That's my partner right there. We're going against twos. So we've been boom, boom. We'll go there sometime and just be practicing. So we going. So I've been practicing. I come in there, I'm feeling myself. I'm going off the adrenaline. All of a sudden, the dude come over. He dropped this bucket. It had the shirt in there. It had the hat in there. It's got a bunch of other goodies and all that in there. So he's like, from playing pool tonight. I was like, oh, they had a pool contest. I was in the top 10.
Hey, winner circle over here. Just like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who have been undefeated since facing the LA Rams in week 3. So we beat the Patriots. We beat the Miami Dolphins. We beat the Bears.
Eagles.
And the Eagles. Boom. 4 straight since week 3. We're doing a fantastic job. Are you feeling confident about the New Orleans Saints game on Halloween? How are you feeling? Because, I mean, the last time we faced the Saints in the regular season, it was a different story. So how are you feeling now with the defense, with Jameis Winston on the other side, with that strong arm that we saw during that playoff matchup in round 2 of the playoffs last season, where he came in for like 1 or 2 plays and threw like a 76-yard bomb? Or it was like a 40-yard bomb that ended up getting ran in for a touchdown.
That's all right. I mean,
how are you feeling right now?
That's all right. Ain't nobody
confident
about that. Yeah, we extra overconfident. They happy as me right now because that was 1 or 2 plays that we saw Jameis. We knew we had to deal with Drew the whole time. Jameis ain't gonna be doing that the whole game.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna do that the whole game, fellas.
Yeah, and a lot of people were telling me that they're missing the old Jameis. He's playing way more conservative in New Orleans, and obviously with Sean Payton being a Hall of Fame coach who's been around the block a few times, know that gunslinger mentality does not always pan out in your best favor. All you got to do is have more points than the other team. That's all you got to do. So you don't have to be throwing 30-plus yard bombs every time and putting your team at risk to turn the ball over. So Jameis Winston has had 4 straight, I wouldn't say 4 straight, 4 starting quarterback games where he has not turned the ball over, not even once. No fumbles, no interceptions. Do you think the man has changed?
No. He just got Sean Payton right there in his ear. Do this. Hey, look out for that seed. Do you see that blitz coming from the right? Yes, sir. Okay. Hey, check down to this guy right here if this happens. All right. Yes, sir. Yes. He ain't out there making his own decisions because I know how he thinks. He'll have a guy check right there down at the 5 yards away from him, and he'll try to throw it to the guy in the middle that's got 3 guys around him. Talking about, oh, well, I know that this guy can out-jump.
Always trying to thread the needle. That's what I feel like kind of always backfired on him. Always trying to thread the needle.
That's farving. I call that farving. Like when I play flag football with people, I'll be like, hey, man, don't be out here farving it. Don't do that. All you need is 10 first downs to get you a touchdown.
Move the chains. Keep moving the chains.
That's it. You just need 10 first downs. 10. Yeah. 10 first downs to get you a touchdown, and you'll be good. You go out there, you're trying to farve it, stuff happens. Because the reason why Brett Favre can do it is because he can throw 5 interceptions but throw 10 touchdowns. That's the reason he didn't get benched. Mm-hmm. When Holmgren be like, don't throw it. He throw it, they pick it off. Take him out. 2 steps later. Wait. Leave him in. Yeah, because he go if he throw 4 interceptions, he gonna give you 8 touchdowns. Mm-hmm. So we can do that. That ratio it weighs out in our favor. With Jameis Winston, you are no Brett Favre, sir. I don't trust you, man. If you turn this ball over, Hill, get ready, get some snaps in. Go get some snaps in. I ain't about to play with this man. That's the only reason he know. I'm telling you, they need to get Aaron Rodgers, and they'll be good. They'll be back.
No. Aaron does not need to go to New Orleans. We don't need that mess. I would like to keep the NFC South pretty heavily dominated by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Thank you very much.
We will. Let's discuss. Is it me or does Aaron Rodgers look like Nickelback?
I think he's growing. I think I heard that he's growing out his hair. If I'm not mistaken, he's growing out his hair on purpose because of his Halloween costume.
Must be Nickelback. He gonna show up. Look at this photograph. Every time.
Oh, that's such a good song.
Every
time it even makes me laugh. And how did my eyes get so red?
And what the hell is on Joey's head? And this is where I grew up. I can't believe it. Yo, they fixed it up.
Oh my gosh, I still remember the first time I saw that music video. It was very, very touching. Score update for anybody who's watching NBA but listening to our show instead. The Atlanta Hawks defeated the New Orleans Pelicans 102-99. Trae Young went off like Trae Young always does with 31 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists. Love that guy. He's so electric. I think Atlanta really has their future star player. So awesome. So Nathim has a question for us. thoughts on the Mark Ingram trade. Now, nobody's heard yet. Mark Ingram is back with the New Orleans Saints. He was just traded by the Houston Texans back to New Orleans. What is your thoughts on Mark Ingram being rejoined with the Houston Texans?
No, you going to the Saints, right?
Oh yeah. Sorry, he left the Houston Texans to go back to the Saints.
Why are we getting him?
Ingram rushed for 294 yards with a touchdown across 7 games in Houston. He joined the Houston Texans on a 1-year, $2.5 million contract in the offseason. So he played for the New Orleans Saints from 2011 to 2018, where he eclipsed the 1,000-yard mark by the Saints in 2016 and 2017, sharing the carries with Alvin Kamara in that campaign. He left the Saints in 2019 and signed with the Baltimore Ravens, with whom he spent 2 seasons with, but somehow ended on the Houston Texans roster, and now he is being traded back to the New Orleans Saints, who they're looking to, kind of boost up their backfield and ease off the load off Alvin Kamara. Do you really think that Alvin Kamara needed some easing off of?
No. He keeps scoring. Keep giving them the ball. They can't stop him. Here's the thing about it is, though. Remember Trent Richardson?
Yes.
This the thing about you Alabama running backs. You too, Derrick Henry. You was on the hot seat for a minute too. Y'all think that because you from Alabama that you can just play whenever you want to. And then when y'all about to get fired, or when it comes up in the media that, hey, trades are talking, then y'all show out. This is why me and Ingram have a ill-built relationship. When he was in Alabama, I watched him. I supported him. Go ahead, Ingram. He came to the Saints. I was like, oh, yeah, it's over. Yeah. He was doing his thing. Then he got lazy.
Yeah.
Got lazy.
Yeah, Richardson was actually born in Pensacola, Florida, too.
They get lazy, and then they don't want to do nothing. And then every time when they hear their job in jeopardy, bless me, every time when they hear their job in jeopardy, then they turn it back on. I don't need a guy like that. I need a guy that's going to turn it on and keep it on. There's only one person that I ever was told about that can turn it off, and he never freaking turned it off, and that was Michael Jordan. He never turned it off. I don't need no guy that's going to sit there and try to be.
He turned it off when he went and played for the White Sox.
Oh, he really didn't. He showed up to practice almost every day. And then it was like, don't you just come on back here?
Why don't you just come on back?
Come on back here. Come on, 23. And he came back. But he was doing that for his dad. He wanted to play baseball because of his dad and reasons like that. So I understand. But these other guys, you can't sit there and choose that when you want to play and when you don't want to play. Don't do that with me. That'll get you fired real quick. Remember Lenny last year? Mm-hmm. Lenny didn't start actually playing until they said, man, he's about to get fired.
Yeah, I mean, Bruce Arians talked about that during the press conference like a couple months ago. I mean, there was a point in time where he told Lenny, like, hey, if you're not going to buy into this culture, if you're not going to put in the work, we're going to cut you. And you've already been cut by the Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, this is good. This is your last chance. I mean, if you get cut by back-to-back teams that were not that great at the time, I mean, that speaks volume. If you're not buying into the culture, you got to go.
That's what I'm saying. So me personally with Ingram, I got to see it in order to believe it. Like when like a lot of people was like, because I got a guy that I work with at the part-time at Gators, and he an older gentleman, and he says, I'd be like, man, Ingram trash, this, and this. He's a big Baltimore Ravens fan. No, man, you crazy. Ingram went to the Ravens after he got fired. He didn't leave. He got fired because Alvin Kamara, you're the guy. You're the guy. Let's get rid of him. He showed out with the Ravens because for the simple fact is the Ravens already been winning Super Bowls without you, and you just got fired from the Saints. So this is, like you said about Lenny, this your last chance right here, man.
Yeah. If
you want to be able to do something. So, yeah, he showed out. And he know they culture. They're going to run the ball, play defense. So, yeah, he ran angry, all that, fine. That's cool. I have to see it in order to believe it because when you mess me over, it's very hard. I'm like Coach Carter with it. What do I got to do to play, Coach? You don't want to know the answer to that question. because you got to show me. You're going to have to prove yourself to me. Now, is it another body so Alvin Kamara can get a breather? Yes. So I'm always with that because I think in the backfield, me personally, I want to have 2 to 3 headed monsters. And I learned that from Sean Payton himself when they had Reggie Bush, Pierre Thomas, and there was another guy that they had. I think it was right before Deuce McAllister had left. Mm-hmm. And then they had another guy that used to come in, Ivory. They had another guy, Chris Ivory, that used to be with them. So I believe, and I've been doing that stuff ever since before I was even out of high school, have a 2 or 3-headed monster at running back because I want to bring you different elements.
And the Bucs definitely have that with Leonard Fournette being the main back, with Ronald Jones releasing some of the load for, Giovanni Bernard being that pass catcher running back, and then Keyshawn Vaughn to come in when we're up by 35 and there's only 3 minutes left in the game.
That's what I'm saying. So
Keyshawn Vaughn and Blaine Gabbert had some playing time late in the fourth quarter after they took out Ronald Jones, who got stuffed on the 1-yard line, which was really disappointing because it should have been a 45-point game. But when Ronald Jones got stuffed on fourth down on back-to-back plays on the 1-yard line, that was pretty disappointing. And Bruce Arians talked about that as well, that, I think Ronald Jones, it seems like he's maybe auditioning to be on a different roster next season. But, people have said that before.
I think he's about to get fired. Hey, I love you, Rojo, but you about to get fired. Yeah, I know Bruce Arians ain't about to sit there and keep watching this crap. Like, man, you better tell him straight up, hey, you might want to get it going like we told Lenny last year, or you're about to get canned. You're going to be looking for it. If you don't want to play, say it now, so that way I can at least trade you somewhere. Where are you going to trade me to? The Lions.
Ooh. Speaking about Bruce Arians, I do have a video that I do want to play that I took off the press conference from Bruce Arians following the Chicago Bears game. So please listen in.
The road games is eliminating penalties and communication problems. That's where the penalties. This was our cleanest game, and it's so much easier offensively at home to communicate. When you're on the road, this one's going to be crazy. Halloween in New Orleans, second time I've had that one. So it's always fun to look in the stands and see how crazy they can actually be down there. And it's what a great crowd. So it'll be, communication will be paramount this week.
Me. He's talking about me. He's talking about me, guys. I'm going to go crazy in that stadium on Halloween dressed as a pirate. I am extremely excited. You have no idea. But Bruce Arians has a little bit of experience when it comes to traveling to New Orleans for a Halloween game. So I'm very, very excited to see how this pans out. And I hope I see a lot of Pirates. I know that there's a lot of Bucs fans that are going to be in the building, and I just hope they've caught on to how convenient it's going to be to be dressed as a pirate on Halloween. I'm really excited about my outfit, but I'm not excited that it's going to be like low of 55 in New Orleans that night. Not happy about that at all. I don't do well in the cold. I'm fragile.
I'm done with the cold.
I'm warm-blooded.
Unless they tell me to come now, I come. Indianapolis, I know I talk trash to all you people there. I love y'all a little deep down inside. But if you want me to come back, I'll come and coach the Colts or the Bears, and I'll help you. Hell, I'll coach the Lions. I don't give a damn. I used to want to
work your way up.
I used to want to coach the Lions. When I was in high school, I always say I want to coach the Browns or the Lions. People used to look at me stupid. What? Why? Because they suck. I don't go to teams that are good. I go to teams that are trash and make you a threat. And then after I'm done, I leave. Get that bread, that win, and leave.
Yeah. I love that mentality. It's a good mentality to have. Well, Coach Jay, do you have time to do your X's and O's this evening?
We can do a little bit of X's and O's. I just want to go over some formations about the Saints and how we're going to line up. That's it. I already got it written down, people.
He's already ready to go. So before we jump into our segment of X's and O's, let's talk about Thursday night football. Tomorrow night is the Cardinals hosting the Green Bay Packers, who are without Devontae Adams, their star running back. How are you feeling right now?
Well, it's Aaron Rodgers, a.k.a. Nickelback. So he's going to play like a rock star that he is. And he still got
Randall Cardinals Cobb. Still be undefeated by tomorrow night?
They could be. I don't know if they are, but they could be. Because Aaron Rodgers still got Randall Cobb. But honestly, I'm gonna go out here on a limb. I think that the Cardinals about to be 8-0. We named one or two guys. The Cardinals got a whole squad, including my guy Hopkins, aka Boosie. I'm sorry.
AJ Green from Cincinnati, who's been playing phenomenal.
JJ Swat.
JJ SWAT. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, they're pretty they're a pretty well-rounded organization, and Kyler Murray is just electric to watch. So I really think, and they're playing in Arizona, which I know a lot of people are like, oh, home field advantage is not a thing, but yes, it is still a thing. Home field advantage is still a thing. So
it is.
That should be taken definitely into perspective for tomorrow night's Thursday night matchup. All right, we're going to have our segment of X's and O's before Coach Jay and I get out of here, because this Memphis Grizzly game and Portland Trailblazers is heating up 27-24 Memphis, and I got to watch it before the second half. So
I'm going to watch basketball tonight.
You better. I'm thinking about resubscribing to my NBA League Pass, because I love Hulu Live and it's great and everything, but it doesn't always have all the games that I want to watch. So
I got all the games.
I'm considering that. But here's our segment of with Coach. Here's our segment of X's and O's with Coach Jay.
Talk to them boys that sat on them benches, man. I was in the game on 4th and inches. Coach, put me in the game on 4th and inches, and I'ma lead them boys at the line of scrimmage. Yeah, I see them boys all behind me winless. I ain't Mario Williams, but I'm not defenseless. Wide receiver catching Hail Marys, I'm Christian. 5 and out, hot route, yeah, switch stick shift. Gone with the quickness, fast and instant. Cornerback safeties, I burn them like incense. On the field, I'm daddy, and the ball is my infant. I don't need so much of pork, but I'm in love with the pigskin. All I really know how to do is win. Super Bowl champ, Disney World, let the kids in. Hall of Fame Wayne, I'm putting my dibs in. Catch me in the game on 4th and inches. The Empire. I don't talk.
Okay. All right. Here we go. That song, it still gets me.
Yo, every time.
Every time.
Do your thing, Coach.
2008. Here we go. So we're going to line up. This is how the Saints going to come out to us, because they're going to try to kick it a little old school style with us. So they're going to come out, boom, boom. They're going to have Jameis under center, of course. They're going to have a back right there. And since they got Ingram, oh, it's a glare. There we go, right there. Since they got Ingram that's going to be returning in Kamara, it's already there. They're going to come out old school with us. They're going to come out with an I-back set. For those that don't know what I-back is, just look at this right here. This is the I-back. Got the quarterback, going to have the fullback, going to have the tailback. Other people use other names. I just say fullback, tailback. So what we're going to do is they might have a tight end here a couple times, which is some sense, that's similar to what we do sometimes too. So we're going to line up ready to bust somebody in their head. Okay. I'm thinking that we're going to put the end in a 5 and we're going to have our backer come down, or sometimes we'll switch it up and have the end, he'll be out wide, and then we'll just have the backer right here in that gap. So I'm going to do it both ways. We're going to have our other end right here. We're going to have our backer right here. All they going to do is try to run the ball on us. That limits mistakes from Jameis Winston. They're going to limit mistakes from Winston. So us, honestly, we're going to stuff this stuff. All we got to do is make sure that we establish the line of scrimmage. When I say establish the line of scrimmage, I mean we're going to do it like on Peter Pan and Hook when Rufio puts his sword out and says who's on each side. We're going to be back here, establish the line of scrimmage and make the line of scrimmage be back here for us. They're going to come out, try to run a little bit of ISO, all that. We're going to stuff it. We're going to read and react. We're going to be moving around. Now, here's when it gets interesting. Since it is the Saints, they are going to spread us out. I know how to beat these guys. If you stop that old I-back stuff and make them spread out with you, they don't have Drew no more. So we good. This is Winston. We want him to be spread it out and do his thing because he's going to hand us the ball all night. So now they're going to try and be fancy now. Oh, they fancy, huh? They're going to come out, spread us out, boom, try to look like us. That's okay. because we got some dogs up front that don't chase, because we're going to keep everything in front of us. Defensive backs, this is when you're about to get tested, but that's okay. I have faith in you. If we move around, I have faith in you because this is Winston. If we move around, we'll be all right. Alley guy. Right now, based on how I got it lined up, there's really nowhere to go. He has this. He's got that. He has this. He's got that. This backer has that. He has that. He has that. He has that. The corner has this. And we got another alley guy. So basically, all gaps are covered. Like I told y'all a couple of weeks ago, it's about gap control. All we have to do is communicate, gain tackle, okay, and keep everything in front of us. This guy right here is not a Hall of Famer guy. He is not going to be able to torch us unless we let him. We're not. Todd, this is when you start coming in. Just like the Ducks game when Winston was playing for Florida State. You can blitz him a couple of times. All he going to do is just try to replace where you left. So if you blitz that guy, he going to have a guy come right there where that backer just left. Now, this is what we're going to do. We're going to start creeping, start moving around, have some fun. Start moving around. Now he don't know who's coming. We have this guy. He goes in, boom. He going to go wide. This guy going to come. This backer's going to come right here, boom. We're going to have this guy. He might drop back in zone coverage because our ends are basically our outside linebackers as well. He's got it right here contained because Jameis will try to figure out a way to get out of there. If you make him play like a real quarterback and actually read, you will win the game. No problem. All we have to do is just play simple football and we'll win the game. Back to you, Ruth.
Just keep it simple, as Coach Jay Morgan has explained. We appreciate you here watching the Tom Gronkowski Show, brought to you by Fans Only Sports Network. We are going to be calling it a night because it is getting late. It's past my bedtime, and we've been on for an hour and 15 minutes. Appreciate you guys being here. If you guys can please do us a favor, hit that retweet button, hit the share button, wherever you're watching. Let people get locked into this Tampa Bay Bucks content because we live here in Tampa, and we support and watch the team on a daily basis. And yeah, we're just going to continue to bring you Bucks insight on every Wednesday at 9 or between 9 and 10 p.m. because Coach Jay and I are both really, really busy people. But Coach Jay, do you have any final thoughts, or can you give us a score prediction? Well, actually, before we end tonight's episode, we usually go by game basis to talk about who we think is going to win. So let's do our Week 8 reviews real quick.
Okay.
Green Bay Packers, Cardinals. I'm picking Cardinals. Who are you picking?
Cards.
Cardinals. They're going to remain undefeated at 8-0. All right, we got the Carolina Panthers at the Atlanta Falcons. I got Atlanta. Who you got?
Carolina.
Yeah, you're right. It's probably going to be impossible for them to lose 5 straight, but who knows? Miami Dolphins heading to the Buffalo Bills. I got the Bills. Who you got?
Bills.
All right, 49ers going against the Chicago Bears, who are coming off of a loss by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 38-3. Who do you got?
Jimmy G.
Yeah, I got 49ers as well. I can't believe the 49ers are 2-4 right now. That's pretty disappointing. I didn't think it was going to be that bad. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to their division rivals against the Cleveland Browns. Who you got? I got Cleveland.
Hold up, I got you.
Because it says they're saying that Baker Mayfield will be good to return by this Steelers game.
Oh, Baker coming back.
That's what they're saying. But then again, they didn't rule him out until almost last minute when they announced that Case Keenum was going to be the starting quarterback in last week's matchup.
I don't think Tomlin's going to let that happen, so I'm going to go with these guys right here.
All right, I'm gonna go Brown. I'm gonna keep it with the Browns with Baker returning. So we got the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to the yet to win Detroit Lions. Who you got?
The Eagles.
You got the Eagles?
You take the Eagles.
I think Detroit might get their first win.
What?
You heard me say it. All right, we got the Los Angeles Rams traveling to Houston to take on the Texans, who are 1-6.
Matt Stafford.
Yeah, that's a given. I think the Rams will be 7-1 after this. All right, we got the Tennessee Titans facing the Indianapolis Colts in Indiana. Who you got? I got Titans.
I'm taking the Colts.
What?
I'm taking Indy. Come on,
Boy,
y'all.
you
Don't let me
crazy.
down. I'm taking
All right, we
Indy.
got Cincinnati, who is tied for, I think, first place in the AFC right now, which is
told you
pretty
last week.
crazy.
I told you.
I
against
knew
the
that
Ravens.
when Joe Burrow returned that it was gonna be way different than what they experienced last season.
Do you think
So they're
gonna
going to be
beat the
facing
Ravens?
the New York Jets, who are without Zach Wilson, who sustained an injury last week. Who you got? I got Bengals.
I'm taking the Bengals. I called them. I said they were gonna beat the Ravens. Everybody thought it was crazy.
Yeah, yo, they put a whooping on the. It was like 41-17. I was like, oh my God, Lamar.
I told
What
you.
the heck? Okay.
What did you say? Lamar. Did not say that. That's one guy. They just got to keep tattooing him, and they'll win the game.
I know when they went through all those injury with, like, was it Dobbins got hurt? Like, their whole running back room is torn up right now. We got the New England Patriots traveling to Los Angeles to take on Brandon Stanley, the new head coach, Justin Herbert, and the Chargers. Who you got? I picked Chargers.
For real? Wait, they're going against the Patriots?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm going to take the Chargers.
In LA. All right. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars, who overcame their they finally got their first win, and they're going to be facing the Seattle Seahawks, who are 2-5. And I really don't think Russ is going to be back in time to play this game. So who you got?
I'm
picking Seattle only because they're in Seattle.
It's Seattle. I'm taking the Seahawks against them. No, I got to take
All
Seattle.
right. We got the Washington football team traveling to Denver to take on the Broncos in Mile High Stadium. Who you got?
Teddy Pinder down.
Yeah, I like Teddy Bridgewater. I like him a lot. All right. Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans. Who you got? Tampa.
Yeah, they scared to come outside.
Tampa. What is their saying? They say who dat, and I say we day or something like that.
They say who that? Who that said they're gonna beat them Saints? We that.
We that.
We that. We that said they're gonna beat them
my
Saints.
Dallas Cowboys are traveling to Minnesota to take on Kirk Cousins, Dalvin Cook, and the Vikings. Who you got?
You like that? I'm taking the Cowboys.
Yeah, Cowboys all the way. We have Michael Gallup that's going to be returning, which is a good offensive weapon that we've been missing the past couple of weeks. We had Zach Collins, our right tackle left tackle that's going to be returning, which I'm really excited about as well. More protection for Dak. All right, and then the Monday. Oh, I'm so glad the Cowboys are playing that Sunday night game. So as soon as I finish at the Caesar Superdome, I can go to find a bar or somewhere and enjoy the rest of Halloween. Ooh, you know what I just thought about?
What?
Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to
right.
wear my Pirates outfit for the first half of the day on Sunday and obviously wear it to the Bucks game. But then I'm going to go back to my hotel and change into my Cowboys cheerleader outfit and then go watch the Cowboys game. That sounds like a great idea. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Yeah, I have a Cowboys cheerleader outfit. If you guys travel to my Twitter page, you'll be able to see it at Ruth the Truth with 3 H's at the end. You'll see me in my little Cowboys cheerleader getup that I put together back in 2017 when I went to New Orleans for the first time. All right, we also got the New York Giants against the Kansas City Chiefs, who are 3-4 and I think still dead. Are they last in the division? I don't know if they're last, but they weren't doing so good for a while. So who you got, Kansas City or I totally lost.
Giants, right?
Yeah, the Giants.
Taking the Giants.
What?
Kansas City they play too pretty for me. I'm tired of them.
I think Kansas City is going to start taking the turn for the better as the season continues. I'm going to pick the Chiefs because they're playing in Kansas City in Arrowhead. So
I hope the Giants whoop them even more so they can show
Oh
them
man. All right. Well, you heard it here first on the Tom Gronkowski Show. Those are our Week 8 picks. We appreciate you sticking around and watching the rest of the show. Leo Collins, thank you for the correction, Athene. I appreciate you. Great breakdown by Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, giving us great shout outs. Jay Mermelstein with great show tonight. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate you. We finally got some great comments in the comment section. So thanks. We appreciate you again. This is Ruth the Truth and Coach Jay Morgan. This is the Tom Gronkowski Show brought to you by Fans Only Sports Network. We are over and out. And thank you again for watching. Please subscribe to the YouTube page if you guys have a chance. And we will give you a follow back or a subscription back because, it goes both ways. But everybody have a great night.
Bye.